back to Arkansas Game. Arkansas here bringing some more Space Engineers and the Trading Star System campaign. Alright guys, last time we were here we had gone on a few missions and we'd done a few upgrades to our little mining ship, and I left you guys with the question, should we upgrade this base into an assembly station for trading with the the traders until we're ready to create something to go to the stars. And I think that's where we should start. It's basically building something around this ship so that we can connect it on using our connector and our merge block and then head to the stars. I mean, we can always move the main connector out once we know where we are putting things. So like I started off doing the other day, in my own personal time, I think it was. Actually, let's transfer all of that. What we're going to do is we'll build out a bit like say, and we'll put in a connector. Where's my connectors? There's my connector junctions. We also need the collector set because that's also got our connectors in it. So we'll add in our conveyor. Let's see if we can add in that connector under there. No, we can't. We do need to go one more up. I thought we did. Right. Now the idea of this is we need somewhere to start our, being able to hook on to our from our little a little mining craft onto like a bigger transatmospheric platform that's also got, we'll then be able to connect onto something in space which has also got ion engines and things like that, so we can get around in space. So it's sort of going to be like a multi-stage system that we can connect one thing onto another. We're going for something that allows us a lot of room for manoeuvre. So let's see, so that would connect that in place there quite nicely. That, on the other hand, we're going to need a merge block. Now, merge blocks are, which one is it? Yeah, it's pistons. Merge blocks for a large grid are basically like that. So, I think what we're going to need is to maybe move the atmospherics in the that won't be in place because that would need to be there. So this might be actually pretty tricky. Okay, I think we're going to have to think about this a little. And the only other way I can think of doing this is to separate. Right, that's flat enough there. Right, bingo. We have a... Oh. Not sure what happened there. I think it was a special offer on Steam or something. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, We'll take that connector out as well because we're going to move it. So let's start with merge block. Merge block we'll have on this side, and over here we'll put the upper connector. Then that way we've got the space to separate the two so that they don't collide with each other and one stick to another. Plus we're going to need a piston to come down to connect onto the merge block. So let's bring those back in. So that's that done. That's all good. And right, we don't want to go over that. So we want to bring the connections back down this way. So let's start with getting the small conveyors, and we will connect them that way. Yep, we can grab them through that. Basically, even though this ship is connected to this connector, we can still access our cargo hold by middle mouse buttoning through the connector on the ship, because it's technically this acts as if it's connected completely. Okay, so that's now given us that connection there. So yeah, it is going to be a case of reworking this again. So it's not too much of a big deal because we've got a connector in there. It couldn't be that easy, could it? But I've just had an idea that could work. Right. If we have a conveyor like this, then we have our no, wrong one. A couple of actually maybe something like that, yeah. Have I worked this out right? I think I have. Let's add in some pistons. Damn, it's too far out. Because what the merge block was going to do was allow us to interface directly to the systems of the other craft. It's getting the spacings right. That's the pain. To do this, based on what I'm seeing here, just to show you guys, the merge block, even though I'm too low anyway, the merge block would have to be a number of tiles more outwards. crumbs. Okay. So that idea... Right, so we're going to have to scrap that idea. Oops. See if we can work on another idea of being able to connect everything. Unless we just have the one connector on the back and somehow manage to work it onto the top. Alright. Okay. Gonna have to work this out bit by bit where to put that merge block. So that's going to be the conveyor, and then the connector. Now, somehow
fuel low. Fuel critical.
So yeah, so somehow we're going to have two piston. That'd be for the two pistons. That'd be for the merge block on top. So if we just do that alone. That's going to be too low. It needs to go one more up. And we're now in the way of our own selves. Okay, so let's try this again. So we know 1, 2, 3 for the merge, and maybe 2 out. And then that goes there. So literally right there needs to go. No? Alright. What's wrong? This isn't going to work out well, is it? I think the only way I'm going to be able to do this is going to be 2 pistons. One to get it into the correct position to be able to lock down. Because as far as I'm aware, let's not waste fuel here. As far as I'm aware, take out the Cyber Wolf. Yeah, there's only two blocks. Small merge block, which doesn't have a large grid variant, only has a small grid. Then you got the standard merge block, and we can't use a large grid variant on a small grid. As you see. So getting that in position is going to be a challenge. So there's only one other way I can think of doing this, and that's using a remote block. We connect via a remote block, and then we control the atmospheric module, sorry, the transatmospheric module, via the remote block. And instead of using merge blocks, we use magnetic plate. So, in that regards, we can then go landing gear. Yeah, we don't want the large magnetic plate, which is humongous. We just want the standard magnetic plate. So that will come down about, what's that, 1.5 meters or something, to then lock on and hold us in place onto this grid. All of this space will then give us the opportunity to then put on things like refinery and things like that onto it. So you guys can see where I'm going from this. I'm going to be transferring everything from this platform, this temporary structure, onto this module. So let's see, what do we want to do first? Yeah, let's get the bits and pieces in place first. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to put in here, into this entire base as well, is one of these. It's building repair system, because getting some help about now would be welcome. So that's front, right, left, okay, like that. So we can have that my way. Can't get all the components, so we get them in production. Yeah, there's an easier way there. Well, slightly easier. That's all the bits produced. What do you mean? thought I produced everything for that. Alright guys, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, you probably saw, but I'm going to say it again. Remember to subscribe, remember to smash that like button, tap that notification bell, leave us a nice comment below. It helps me to help you. Alright guys, here we go. So, we've now got this in place. So I'm gonna sit down for this, and I'm also going to temporarily change the time of day. Yeah, so... yeah. So there's us in the world. Yeah. Revolving around our character here so we can actually see what's going on. Okay. Okay, what we want to do is we want to go to the build and repair system, and we can turn it on. But to begin with, we want to see its area of effect. Now see, its area of effect is much bigger than the base. You know, I think we could even, yeah, there we go, bring it up to maybe 70 meters. So it's now encompassing everything in the base, so we know that's working. Let's go up to the top again. I've always put this in fly mode. Now, oh, I forgot about the sound. Yeah, sound volume. We'll put that at 10%. Alright. So, as and where we've got the components, it will make the stuff that we need. So, as you see here, it's made some of the connector already. We'll have that conveyor, the magnetic plate. Make sure you get the piston part, because that is always done separately, and then the piston itself. So at least then we'll be able to see what's going on with those. So we'll get that making. There we go. So that's going to help us build stuff. So, you know, it's going to take a lot of the strain and the effort away from us. Okay. So, let's see what's next. Yeah, I think next is going to be getting in the refinery and the assemblers, as well as the modules that we need. So let's start with the assembler. I think for this we're going to use the basic assembler. Yeah, basic refinery, sorry. Okay, so it's not going to allow me to do this without adding in a block first. Okay, so we're going to need to add in a conveyor block in here, so let's land over here for a minute. Okay. So I'm going to add in a standard conveyor there. And then I can like launch, add in the refinery, like say. And then what we can then do is, oops, wrong one. We could add in a full-blown assembler, you know, industrial assembler, or we can just add in a standard assembler. I think a standard assembler is going to be more than ample for the job that we want it for. So we'll just add it onto the side there. We're going to need a couple of speed modules for it, just to sort of make things a little swifter. That, and I always like the yield modules. I think this time around, we can also add in a couple of power efficiency modules as well, because refinery does take a lot of power. So, and we, you know, it's not a problem going and finding a few more resources here and there. And also, if we add in another wonderful little component that I've managed to find online, problem is I'm not sure where it is in here. Now I know where to find it if I just search for it, but I'm not sure if they actually put it into its own category anywhere, because it's not under like any of these. It's not down the bottom here or anything, so it's not anywhere in here. So okay, so if we look for the sifter, this is a wonderful wonderful tool. And again, what we'll do is we'll put it in like that. Probably want 2 of these, actually, thinking about it. And we'll probably do the same with the assembler. So yeah, we'll get around to the assembler in a minute, but we'll add in a couple of yield modules on it, because we will want to get as much as we can out of the gravel and into storage, which is something else we do need to add as well. Okay, so we'll add in another assembler. We'll add in where is it? The speed modules for this one. So the speed force is with us. Okay, there we go. So we've got that in that basically assembled. Right, might have to rework the scaffolding though for this. So unfortunately, it's trying to make everything at the moment, so yeah, if we bring this down like that, so that hooks on like that, and then what we can then do, oh yeah, yeah, we can actually get rid of this bit up here though. That's connected to now, so we can take that off like that. Because what I'm thinking is the other big item we're going to need is we're going to need a cargo hold. Now, I think for this we're going to use the base standard one because it's got omnidirectional conveyor ports, so we can get access to it no matter which direction we're looking at it. And so as you can see there, you know, we've got the starter for our larger module already sort of starting to take some shape here. Right, let's take all that stuff out there. So we had that, we had the refinery, we have the gravel sifters.
Fuel low.
We're going to get some more fuel and also add all of
Fuel
this
critical.
to our production list. Also thinking it's probably going to want to try and do all of this, so oops. Got an actually better idea of doing that. Go production. Yeah, let's do Control Shift, which is 1,000, we'll then add in 1,000 more. So alright, so it looks like we're missing out on iron now, so we might have to go and find some of that and actually harvest some. But before we do, let's make sure we add everything into the queue. So we've got these. Items here. Six components could not be added to the queue. Alright, so we filled the queue that much, have we? Okay. I didn't realise there was a limit to that. Okay, so let's start combining stuff. That's the beauty of this. It would be nice if it just auto-combined it for you. Right, look at how much motors we're using and that sort of stuff. I mean, it's just crazy. So that should have 6 components could not be put into production. Ah, that's probably because those components can only be made in a full-blown assembler and not in a basic assembler. Yeah, so if we go in here, what we got? We got superconductors. So that basically works that one out, yeah. So if we also add in
Fuel low.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Fuel critical.
Oops. Alright. Jeez, that sounds like it's making stuff. So we must have the iron. Alright. Well, let's still combine everything. Have it make everything for us in of the same type in one hit sort of thing. So if I move that to the back of the queue, put the power actually at the back. Alright guys, well I'm going to leave that running for a moment. I'll get back to you guys as soon as it's finished production run. And we'll continue from there. Okay, now I've been looking at what's been going on here and where we are at. Excuse me, and I think I see a goodly way forward on this. Basically, what I've done is I've noticed is I've actually got this in the wrong place now. It's an error in my own way of doing things. So let's get maybe 50 units. Oh, not into there. Sorry, into my personal inventory. 50 units. Come out of there. And we are going to hook that on there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble yeah. Like down like that. Now what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going to use the ship's cargo as a means to put things in, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shifting everything up into our new build. Now, before I do that though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move our sifters. I've just realised this is not in the right place, because if we look at this, you know, you got 1, 2, 3, you got the midpoint there, so this is not in a good point at the moment. So let's move it so it sits out here, and what we can then do is we can then find a way to also fill around it as well. So yeah, we've got our access like that. Alright, there we go. So let's get that into place. There we go, perfect on that. We'll get in our speed modules, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, it's missing some computers here. Oh. So that's 4 of them. Okay, so before we do anything else, let's get things transferred over to the ship. So I'm going to go in here. I've got it currently on show inventories of the ship, and here we got our cargo hold. This is going to be everything else. So when anything that's not like AT minor, oh sorry, AT minor. Why are you not transferring? Oh, because I'm at full hold. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's transfer things over. So again, take things from here, put things in a large cargo container there. I say that because, as you can see, it won't allow us to transfer to any other hold, say for our own hold. There we go. So, back on this one, we're putting cargo there. Alright, let's see what we've got. It's still over here. Got a load of cobalt. Actually, let's go refinery. So let's turn off the basic refinery. Okay, let's transfer everything else first. Oh, I see. That's the sifter going absolutely mental upstairs. Right, okay. Yeah, so it's a bit hard to see, but you can see that the sifters are doing what they're meant to do. Then the refinery, the big refinery, is now doing its piece as well. So for now, let's just turn off. Oops, sorry, turn off the main refinery. Let's turn off our 2 sifters, but we're going to change the names of those to 1 and 2, so that we can see what's going on. So it's not bouncing around. Okay, so that's refinery. That's the large cargo hold. That's sifter 1. Okay, that's the base's O2. Okay, so we're going to have to turn off the O2 generator as well. Okay, so we'll go toggle block off. We'll move that over there. Let's move over the all of that. Okay, so that's everything now from the main base. No, we want the engines on. So what we'll do is we'll now park up, lock in, okay, we now want to move everything into our large cargo hold for now. Yeah. Put that ice there, we'll put that ice in there, and then we can turn the batteries off. Okay, so we now got things moving. Sorry about that. Bit of a dry throat this morning. So we now got things in place. So we can now also test this piston as well to see whether it will there we go. Well, to see whether we can actually get it to hook on. We've got the right distance. Now I've changed the maximum distance to 1 meter and the velocity to 0.1 meters per second. I haven't changed anything else because I don't think we need it. So let's have this come down and we can adjust the maximum distance as we go and see what we need. Okay, so we'll change that to 1.5. Okay, 2 meters. Two meters is not locked on, so let's go 2.2. Alright, 2.1. So let's go 2.05, let's say. Okay, now what we're going to need to do is go to the magnetic plate. We'll unlock that for a minute. Go piston. And reverse. So we'll have that going up. I mean, we could have done this through some blocks and all that, and had it sort of all automated and all that. But at the moment, I'm just sort of like working on the systems, trying to get this in place. So it's at 2.1, so but it doesn't give us a more accurate distance. So I think 2.1. There you go. That says that is magnetically locked, even though we can see a clear distance between the two. For me, I think that's probably about good enough. I mean, we could probably take it down a little bit more. I mean, if we really want to be more graphically accurate, I mean, we could go piston, let's say. Alright, I'll take that to 2.2. Alright, so let's go to the magnetic plate for the moment. I'll do that. Lock. There you go, that's 2.2. That's a little closer. It's probably about as close as I would willingly want to get. because I don't really want to damage the ship as it stands. So let's actually let's put on shared inertia tensor, and then we also want to go magnetic plate. Put the auto lock on. There we go. So that's now locked in place. So you know, if we were in space, would remote connect to the refinery section, and then we'll be going away around doing our merry thing. Okay, so at least we know that works. So let's just for now we'll go mag plate, unlock, pistons, reverse. So we got that will working. Okay, now we need to bring a lot of this stuff upstairs. Right. I think for now I'm going to leave the no, I'm going to have to move the survival kit as well. Okay. Alright, let's move the build and repair. We can also do the cargo hold because there's nothing in it. Okay, the build and repair, I think we could safely put the build and repair system in here. So what's that? Dummy Industries. Grab that. Problem with this though is where the angle of things. Tell you what, let's have that at the back here. So what we can then do is we can have forward. We can have the direction as it's meant to go. So we'll have it like there. There we go. Right, so we're going to have to do some work on this. Build and repair, fly mode. Put the sound volume to 10%. Right, it's grabbed everything. Okay, I think the other thing I'm going to have to do is based on having some of this steel plate as well. I'm going to now mount that to the ground directly, and then a lot of this stuff I'm going to move upstairs. So I'm going to do that. I'll get back to you guys in a moment. Alright guys, well I've now taken apart everything that was downstairs and it's now up here in our new transatmospheric module. So next thing I will do before I do anything else is we need to ensure we have got a way of being able to get some oxygen. Actually, let's add that to our build planner. Get 5 computers. Why is that? Right, they've obviously been used in something else. Could not be put into production. Assembler and Assembler 2 is incomplete. Okay. So before we do anything else, we are going to need to get these operational. Now they're going to need a whole host of computers as well. As that. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have to go back in time a little and use a basic assembler. Right, so we'll plop that on there. Let's make sure we get this the right way around. Oh, and that needs 80 computers. Okay. Where are they all being put? Sorry, 76 of them are in there. Okay. So we can just do like bare minimum. Right, so there's a load in those. Okay. Alright, so there's the O2 in play. Those. Okay. Let's. Oh, that's why there's been a huge disparity. I put speed modules on these things, not yield modules. Alright. Let's park up for a minute because I need to find those. There we go. Right, let's get on top for a second. Okay, so that should now sort out all of our problems. No? Okay. Alright, well, whilst we're up here, let's get a survival kit in play. Middle mouse button? Yeah, it's middle mouse button. Okay. So it still looks like we are going to need a load more computers. Oh, okay. Right, well, that's superconductors. That's all superconductors. Actually, what am I adding them to the build menu? Right, okay. let's get them added in. Get caught on the blades. Right. So that's the basics in place. Because if we go around here now, we've got both of the assemblers in play. We've got the sifters in play there. So now what we can do, we can get rid of that. We can actually use some of that as a basis for what we do next. Because we do need the large grid ore detector. I mean, I really do want to just place an antenna on the front of that. That'd be just so funny. But I don't think we can do that. Now, did I put in here the small grid, the compact antenna? So laser antenna, standard antenna. So the answer is that is a no. But we do need an antenna. The biggest problem is I can't see which way up it is whilst I'm on top of that. Because I want the sharp pointy thing sticking upwards. Alright. That's the point. Let's turn the gravel sifters back on. Now we can have a look at how many yield modules we need and the superconductors that go with it. Because now we can then go like that, because that's now put all of them into production. Even though we've got two assemblers. We've got 120 of them. Okay, what was it trying to make there? Oops! Still had the assemblers in there, okay. Let's quickly finish getting that together. Alright, so for now, that is the start of our new transatmospheric module. Now it's going to be like the core, if you will, and then what we can have is like a section sort of cowling down to sort of protect the ship. Also have like the downward thrusters, the upward thrusters on it. We also need to figure out where to put like all of our directional thrusters as well, because they're all going to be hydrogen. We might need to do something about these two, maybe extend the pillars up a bit so that we can keep charging everything. We've got to put batteries in here somewhere. I can see a couple of good locations for batteries right there. But then again, we might want to use that connection. Another good place is there. We now got all this in use for the antenna. We've got the ore detector there. We've got places around here that we can use. So we've got plenty of options. Yeah, so I'm going to go away. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do next. And I will let you guys know next episode. Let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Leave us that like button. Tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's because I'm doing this in reverse order. But guys, please, do subscribe, do like, and do comment, please. As long as it's nice, as long as it's clean and decent. Because remember, there are kids watching. Thank you guys for all your support. All you guys out there who've been supporting me this far. You've been wonderful. Love you all. And I'll catch you guys next time on the Capitalist Game.